Hello, welcome to Knitted Voices. And Knitted Voices is a place where you can find lots of life lessons that are shared by the women in my life who I admire. And I'll be sharing some of mine today. I'm Ja, the owner and founder of Knitted Beauty. Now, Knitted Voices comes from Knitted Beauty. Knitted Beauty is a website where you can find natural beauty products that are created by small businesses that are owned by women in the United States. And so go ahead and find some products on there that you really enjoy. They are high quality. They do what they say they're going to do. And so hopefully you find something on there that you like for yourself, and you can also gift it to someone. So go ahead, give it a try, check it out. There is a blog on there as well entitled Knitted Voices. And so some of the blogs that you find on this channel will be turned into written blogs for the website. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about 4 hard lessons that you want to learn before you turn 30. Now, these are the lessons that I learned in my 20s. This comes from a blog that I wrote on Limit 8. I am a blogger. I write about different things that make young women and girls feel more capable and confident in their own skin and feel more beautiful. So check me out. You can find that information right here. I'll go ahead and share some of that. My username is ja.swede. Okay, so the 4 hard lessons, you can find them written in this blog here. So go ahead and check that out, read it. There is a few more details. There's even some comments and things on there, so you can check it out. Okay, so let's talk about lesson number 1, which is not all gifts should be accepted, especially when there's bad intentions. So you want to be able to feel comfortable saying no at times. Some gifts are requiring something of you, right? So let's consider one experience that I had, which was related to a relationship where someone wanted to offer me a Gucci purse, but what they were asking for in return for that was not something that I was willing to take part in or associate with. I didn't want to be around that person, so I'm not going to accept a gift from you while you expect me to still be present and show up. So prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your peace, it does matter, and it matters in situations like this when you're being offered something in exchange for something else. Think about what's being offered very, very carefully before you make the decision to accept it. It's okay to be the bad guy sometimes. You have to say no and prioritize your peace, set your boundaries, and protect yourself. So yes, number 1, not all gifts should be accepted. All right, number 2. Now, rest, yes, it is a human right, but in our society, especially if you live in America, it has to be earned, and it has to be earned with how you work, what you do, and the effort that you put in. And so make those smart decisions early on when it comes to how you invest your time and what you invest your time in, and as well as your money, because it will pay off in the long term, and it will allow you to have more rest, more peace, more stress-free mindset, because you're not constantly being worried about maybe finances or relationships or your environment. So find your way to fight for the rest that you want in your life. Figure out what that is, create a plan, and follow the path to it. All right, number 3. Sometimes we self-sabotage because we are afraid. You need to figure out what you are afraid of. When you're in a situation and you find yourself about to make the wrong decision, or a decision that doesn't truly benefit you and lead you down the path that you want to go to, find your goal. Where is it? If you have this goal here and you're following the path, and all of a sudden you make a decision and it's starting to route you to the other side, figure out what you're afraid of, what you're avoiding, cross over that hurdle and get back on track to meet your goal. You have to set goals. The only way to move forward in life is to set goals, and they can be small things here or there. I highly recommend setting small goals on a regular basis that draw you closer to your long-term goal. Yes, a long-term goal is incredibly beneficial, but if you're not checking in on a regular basis on your way to reach it, it's kind of like futile. There's really no point in setting that long-term goal if you don't have short-term goals that match up to it. So be careful about self-sabotage, looking out for that, figuring out what you're afraid of, because sometimes your fear will create limiting beliefs. And those limiting beliefs will tell you, oh, you're not good enough to do this. You can't do that. And so what happens is you don't do it because you told yourself that you couldn't. So that's how we create those limiting beliefs, because we're afraid, we're running from something, and we set this bar, this fence around what we're capable of, when really we can open the door, the gate to this fence, and say, hey, you're capable, just walk through it on the other side. It's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. So you want to have compassion. Give yourself compassion. We all have fears. We all have things that we're afraid of that prevent us from getting closer to what we really want in life. And some of us fight it and some of us don't. Be someone who fights it. Give yourself compassion. You are doing the best that you can. And the only one who knows that for sure is you. We make mistakes. We all make mistakes. This is our first time living this life. Some people believe in reincarnation. It's not a belief of mine. But if it is a belief of yours, then your thought process is obviously going to be a little bit different. You know, it affects your belief systems, affect how you think and how you move in life. Mine being that I don't believe in reincarnation, that this is my first time living this life. I don't feel like I've lived it before. And so these are all experiences that are new for me. This is my first time. Of course, I'm going to make mistakes. That's just how it is. Anytime you try something new, let's say you want to paint, you're not going to be good at it. You're going to make mistakes. And that's how I like to think about my life. I'm not always going to be good at it. Sometimes things just work themselves out because I don't stop trying. I do believe that if you continue moving forward, things will always get better. As long as you apply the lessons that you've learned, the wisdoms, and associate with people who are willing to share their wisdoms and their lessons, and you learn from them, you will always get closer and closer to a better life. And that's not to say that, like it'll be perfect. There's always going to be some small things here or there that we all have to deal with in life. All of us are affected by death, so losing someone will be hard. It always will be. So those are things that we all have to deal with in life. And we need to give ourselves compassion and grace and be willing to make mistakes and learn from them and move forward. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about self-sabotage, I would recommend that you watch that Club Shay Shay Amanda Seales interview. There is a lot of self-sabotage that happened after that interview. She was awarded an opportunity to fix relationships and didn't. Ruined them more so, honestly. So, allegedly. I don't know this whole YouTube thing. I don't want to get copyright struck or whatever, but if you want to learn more about self-sabotage, watch the interview, watch how she followed up that interview, and you'll see a lot of self-sabotage happening there. And that's something that you do not want to do in your life. It will hold you back. I'm not sure what her fear is. I'm not a psychologist, so I couldn't tell you. That's something that she would have to work out, and hopefully she does. And figures out a way to give herself more grace and understand that, yes, people will not always like you. And honestly, it doesn't matter if at the end of the day you are a good person and you're doing things the right way and you are respecting yourself and others. All right, lesson number 4. Lesson number 4 is that you want to stay close to people who feel capable and create close relationships, because if you're close to people who believe in you and believe in themselves, there's going to be less jealousy and less envy, because they understand that their goal is not the same as your goal, and they can still root for you while working on getting closer to whatever they want to do in life. It's hard to be jealous when you know that you can do it too. Yeah, so those are the 4 lessons that I wrote about in my blog on Lemon 8 for hard lessons to learn before your 30s. Now, at the end of the day, you really, really should believe in yourself. You are capable. You do have opportunities that are awarded to you. Take hold of them when they pass you by. Don't let them slip by. That's something that I have learned and I'm grateful to have done in my whole life, where anytime an opportunity presented itself, I took hold of it. I learned a new skill. I tried something new. And now I've been able to walk into my 30s with all of this wisdom and knowledge and experience that's only going to make them, meaning my 30s, more exciting. So I'm really, really excited for the life that I'm about to live in this next decade. It's gonna be really, really fun. At the end of the day, I really believe wholeheartedly in inspiring others to be happier, to live a happier lifestyle, because at the end of the day, personally, I think contentment and peace are what true happiness are. It's not that bubbly, excitable, energetic. It's the peace, the consistency, the joy that comes from knowing that there's less stress that you have to deal with. And I try my best to help others reduce stress in their life. Life is all about learning more wisdom. So talk to the people that are around you, have conversations, get to know them, learn the lessons that they learn, associate with women and men who are older than you. Men if you're a man, not if you're a woman. Young women, don't be associating with older men. Do what you want, but be careful. And learn from the experiences. Learn from your own experiences, because that's where a lot of wisdom is going to come from. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Please follow, like, subscribe, because there's always going to be more and more lessons coming. I do hope to do my mother's interview very, very soon. And so that's going to be exciting to share her lessons, because I learned a lot from my mother. If I can share the lessons that she shared with me while she's still here with a lot of other beautiful women, I absolutely will. Go ahead and subscribe so you can, hear about it when it becomes available. And yeah, I'm gonna end it here. This is my 30th birthday today, and I am headed to the beach. So time to have some fun. Bye-bye, see you next time.